Welcome back, everyone, to this explainer. Okay, today we're looking at something that can literally change the entire trajectory of your nonprofit's outreach. We are breaking down exactly how to master A/B testing and email optimization right inside CharityEngine. If you've ever felt kind of overwhelmed by the software side of email marketing, or honestly, if you've just wondered how to turn standard technical steps into fully funded missions, well, you're in the right place. We're going to take those technical features and turn them into your biggest advantage. So let's jump right in. All right, let's quickly hit our roadmap. We're covering optimizing nonprofit email campaigns, defining your target audience, mastering A/B email testing, testing and scheduling sends, and finally, analyzing campaign performance. So by the end of this, those technical pain points you've been wrestling with, totally resolved. Moving right into Section 1, optimizing nonprofit email campaigns.
Look, pouring your heart into an email campaign only to get low engagement is so frustrating, right? But optimization is the ultimate fix here. It's not just some marketing buzzword, it's a continuous life cycle. Step 1 is defining your exact objectives, like driving donations or boosting event attendance. Step 2, segment your audience. Step 3, test your content elements. And then step 4 is analyzing that data to follow up. It's a completely dynamic cycle that really maximizes your impact.
All right, Section 2, defining your target audience. So if you're managing a campaign, the who is honestly just as critical as the what. In CharityEngine, you've essentially got three main buckets to define that audience. First up, opt-in lists. These are your direct signups from web forms. Second, queries, which are your customized database searches. And third, imports. So bringing in external data using CSV files. Knowing exactly which bucket you're pulling from instantly organizes your whole strategy. Okay, I need you to pay super close attention right here. This is a massive pro tip straight from the source documentation. If you are using a query as your list source, your query literally must contain the CharityEngine contact ID. Basically, if you build this amazing complex query, but you forget to include the contact ID as a selected field, that query just won't show up in the drop-down list when you actually go to send your email blast. It's such a simple step, but forgetting it is a huge, very common pitfall. Now, if you're going the import route instead of using a query, here's how you do it. Step 1, make sure your CSV file is formatted exactly like this. First name, last name, email. Step 2, in CharityEngine, just select Import as your source. Step 3, upload the file. And step 4, just hang tight and wait for the system to calculate your audience size. And honestly, what's brilliant about this process is that while it calculates, CharityEngine is automatically cleaning your list for you. It scrubs out duplicates, deceased contacts, opted out folks, and blacklisted emails, all before you even hit send. Okay, moving on to Section 3, mastering A/B email testing. We've got the who down, so let's talk about the how. Ask yourself this right now. Which email actually drives a better response from your supporters? Because without testing, you're really just guessing. You might think a long, emotional story works best, but hey, the data might show that a short, punchy, visual request is what your donors actually respond to. CharityEngine's testing tools are built to answer this exact question for you, taking the guesswork completely out of the equation.
So let's just make sure we're on the same page about what this is. A/B testing is sending multiple emails with slight variations. Maybe you tweak the subject line, the copy, the images, the calls to action, or even the send time to just a portion of your list to test performance. By doing this, you instantly see which version drives more engagement and stronger conversions. Seriously, even a tiny tested change can lead to a massively higher response rate.
And when you're setting up those test variants in the system, your naming conventions are absolutely vital. Notice how variant A is explicitly named email with hero image, and variant B is email with no image. When those results start rolling in, you want to know exactly what was competing right at a glance, right? You definitely don't want to be digging back into your design files just to figure out what test 1 was. Actually, setting this up in the software is super logical. Step 1, navigate over to the Campaigns app, go to Target and Test, and hit Setup Tests. Step 2, click Create New to name your test, pick your test type, and choose your media channel. Step 3, select your target query. And hey, remember that contact ID rule we talked about? Finally, Step 4, configure your distribution split. This simply determines what exact percentage of contacts gets the test emails. Actually, let's pause on that distribution split for just a second. The crucial point here is this number, 100%. If you want to use A/B testing to randomly segment your list, and you plan to send these variants to your entire list right at launch, your distribution splits across segments absolutely must add up to 100%. So keep that basic math rule in mind when you're plugging in those percentages. All right, on to Section 4, testing and scheduling sends. Look, before you launch anything, protecting your organization's professional reputation is key. When you use the test delivery mode in CharityEngine, the system automatically generates 3 distinct formats of your message to send to your test audience. You get the default view, the text-only view, and the HTML view. This built-in feature is just incredibly powerful because it ensures you know exactly what your recipients are going to see, totally regardless of what device or browser they're using. Before you even think about hitting process on a live send, run through this basic email checklist. Think of it as your ultimate quality assurance safety net. Send a test to yourself. Send it to a colleague. Double-check that at least one person in your org is actually set up to receive the text version. Check how it renders across different phones and desktops. And please, test every single link, video, and CTA. Okay, once it's completely tested and perfect, you can use the scheduling feature so you aren't just sitting at your desk waiting to manually press send. Navigate to quick actions, select your audience source, build your message, and then under settings, just click schedule for later. CharityEngine even lets you schedule across different international time zones. So if your data shows that your West Coast donors respond better in the morning, you can schedule it perfectly for them while still keeping your own normal working hours. Finally, Section 5, Analyzing Campaign Performance. Now, you might feel like the job is totally done once the email goes out, but honestly, tracking these performance metrics is where the real power is. Think of these as the slices of your engagement pie. Open rates tell you if your subject line was actually a winner. Click-through rates show you if your internal copy was compelling. Conversions tell you if donors actually took action. And unsubscribes, well, they signal if something needs serious improvement. You take all this data and use it to optimize every single future campaign. At the end of the day, all of these technical steps we just covered, the precise queries, the super clean imports, the careful A/B testing splits, the rigorous checklists, it all boils down to this one simple equation. Better data equals higher engagement from your audience, and higher engagement directly equals fully funded missions. That is exactly why taking the time to master this optimization matters so much for your cause. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What hidden insights will your very next A/B test reveal about your most passionate supporters? The answers are literally waiting for you right there in the data. Get into CharityEngine, set up a targeted A/B test on your next initiative, and start optimizing your impact today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy testing.